Hello everyone, this is Elliot Mainzer, President and CEO of the California Independent System Operator, with an update on grid conditions for Friday, September 9th. We finally began to see some relief yesterday from this historic, unrelenting heat storm of the past week and a half as the weather has slowly begun to change. As a result, our peak load of 48,613 megawatts wound up being about 3,000 megawatts less than what we had forecast earlier in the day, and that was very helpful. We did declare an energy emergency alert too that allowed us to use all the emergency tools and extra generating capacity at our disposal. But the gradual shift in weather conditions, strong imports, and the continued solid performance of our battery fleet made it unnecessary to take any additional emergency actions. As we've all come to understand about the volatility of weather in the West in the age of climate change, the state, particularly Southern California, is now rapidly transitioning from one set of extreme weather challenges to another. Southern California is feeling the impacts from Tropical Storm K, with strong winds, rain, and elevated fire risk. Cloud cover and rain from what has now been downgraded to a tropical storm is expected to result in a significant reduction in our solar capacity from what we saw on Wednesday. So with hot temperatures still hanging around for much of today, and with additional cloud cover and smoke from wildfires that CAL FIRE and others are fighting, we do have another challenging day ahead for the bulk power system. Utilities in Southern California in particular will be closely monitoring their transmission infrastructure. Consumers there may see preemptive public safety power shutoffs that utilities implement to minimize the risk of fires being ignited by their equipment when high winds are likely. Those outages are very different, of course, from the rotating outages we focused on during this heat wave that are a last resort taken to balance supply and demand. We know any kind of power outage is very disruptive and inconvenient, but utilities in the ISO are trying to avoid even more serious problems by using all the safety and reliability tools at our disposal. Due to the weather and other uncertainties, the ISO has issued a flex alert for 4 to 9 p.m. today and an energy emergency alert from 4 to 8. We are almost through this event. We need another day of strong energy conservation and to be prepared to reduce demand on the grid through the use of backup generators again this evening. And since I'm anticipating that this is the last video update for this extreme weather event, I want to again express my deep appreciation to all of our partners and everyone who helped us get through this challenging weather event. To the many individuals and businesses who stepped up to reduce their energy consumption during critical, record-breaking conditions, your efforts made a major difference in our ability to maintain reliability during this historic extreme event. Thank you. Thank you to the utilities in California and the region and all their frontline workers out there maintaining distribution lines and substations in extreme heat to keep equipment operating and minimizing the occurrence of local outages. Thank you to the energy providers throughout the West who delivered power to California when it was most needed and helpful. The cooperation, coordination, and support we saw from the state have been incredibly helpful. The governor and his office staff have been extremely supportive and attentive, not only to the grid's needs, but to the health and well-being of Californians during intense and dangerous weather conditions. The grid really benefited from the work of the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. The statewide emergency text alert sent to millions of Californians that helped reduce demand during the most challenging time on the grid Tuesday evening worked very effectively. I want to again thank the brave men and women of CAL FIRE and all the other firefighting agencies out on the front lines battling fires under extreme conditions to keep us, our homes, and infrastructure safe. I can't imagine where we'd be without them. And our thanks goes out to all the state agencies who pitched in and helped in so many different ways. Almost every single aspect of state government participated in this enormous effort and made a difference for the grid and for the health and welfare of California residents. Last but not least, I'd like to acknowledge the ISO grid operators and everyone throughout our organization who worked so hard throughout this unprecedented weather event to maintain reliability for California. I'm deeply appreciative of their efforts. So let's continue to pull together, get through these new weather challenges today, and keep California safe and with reliable power throughout. Thanks again, I really appreciate it.